Janet Fritz here for Galaxy Girl Creations. Welcome to my channel. Welcome to JQCrafty's 1000 subscriber hop and giveaway. So go and check out her channel. It's JQCrafty or Jackie Malzahn, and she is amazing. She's such a sweet person, and she's just really awesome. She is also the person who runs the Craft IQ challenge. If you're not familiar with that, there is a a Facebook group for that. So I will put a link down below for that if you are interested in checking that out. So I chose this layout of hers to scrap lift. It's kind of what people are doing with these celebration hops. We scrap lift the person we are celebrating, and so I am celebrating her by scrap lifting this layout that's in the upper right hand corner here with this mixed media background and then a cut file underneath 3 photos. And so I pulled out some ink in this turquoise color. It is a product that is no longer around. I don't know where I got it. In fact, I think I got it from somebody else. I didn't purchase it, and it's just this pretty aqua looking color. You could use pretty much anything to obtain the same kind of effect. Anything that's water-based, like watercolor or shimmers or some other kind of spray that is intended to be a spray, the one that I'm using. And now I'm using gray in, I think it's Twilight from Catherine Pooler. I'm just smashing that onto my acrylic block, adding a little bit of water and using that for my mixed media. I stuck with this blue and gray theme because in the photos that I'm going to use, there is a lot of gray. So my son's wearing a gray robe and my son-in-law has a gray t-shirt on. And so I thought the gray would work well, and then the blue works well with the acrylic pieces that I am choosing to use. Now I did make my own cut file, and it's a bunch of alcoholic beverage glasses. We were playing a game that involves drinking. Nobody got hurt. No, it was very harmless, and we don't play these types of games. Actually, it's the first time I've ever played this type of a game, and I was not drinking, but everybody was fine, and it's not something we do very often. So please don't get the wrong idea, and please don't be offended. If it is not your thing, I totally understand. It is not my thing 99.9% of the time, but you know, every once in a while it's kind of fun to just hang out and just have a good time. So I did get some really good video of the kids. They had challenges where they had to talk in different accents. And so that was a lot of fun, listening to them try different accents and try to carry them through as much as possible through the entire game. My daughter has her head wrapped like a mummy. That was one of the challenges she had. And so all in all, it was a very fun night. And so I just wanted to document that. This is not something we do or have ever done before. We've done game night before, but just not like this variety of game. And it wasn't the only game we played. We played plenty of other games that didn't have any alcohol or anything involved. And there were a couple of us that were not drinking at all. So, yeah, it was a good family fun because we were at home and being safe. Now, if this is not your thing, my apologies, and please don't be offended. You won't see much of this kind of stuff on my channel at all because, like I said, there's a first time for everything, and this is the first time, and it's not something we do regularly. So anyway, I am just using my Nuvo Deluxe adhesive to go ahead and stick this cut file down, and I am using these acrylic pieces that are from Colorcast Designs, and the wood veneer is also from Colorcast Designs. So the wood is really old. I've had it in my stash for a long time. And same with the piece that says cheers. Now the piece that says game night is newer. I don't know if that's still available on her website or not, but I know the other pieces are definitely not because I've had them in my stash for several years, in fact. So I hope that the game night might still be available. So I will put a link down for Colorcast Designs website in case you're interested in acrylic. And I just use my mini Zots. You can see them in the upper left hand corner there of the screen. That's what I use to adhere the acrylic pieces. The wood veneer from Colorcast is extremely thin and it is self-adhesive, so there's no need to put any adhesive on it. And it is in fact thinner than a regular chipboard piece. So if you're interested in wood, it's a great place to get wood as well. Then I went into my bin of blue colored ephemera and die cuts and stickers. I pulled out this blue banner at the bottom right by my hands there. It says Party People on it, so it really will read Game Night Party People. And then I just left the cheers right up at the top of the center photo. So there's not going to be a whole lot to this layout. I am going to have a QR code for it, and I will put a placeholder in for that so that I can link up the video, and then they will be able to scan with their phones over the QR code and see the video of themselves being ridiculously goofy and all of us laughing hysterically. So I think that will be a lot of fun. And then I am using that label up at the top. I really liked this wood that has the little, I think it's a wine bottle on it. It's either a wine bottle or a beer bottle, but it's that long tag looking one. And I thought that would look good hanging from the top. So I kind of tried to nestle it between the straw of the martini glass and the lime of the margarita glass, and have it just kind of hang down there so as not to like cross over or hide much more of the cut file, because a large part of it obviously is hidden already. And then I am going to make a little cluster at the bottom of the page too, so it will have kind of like a diagonal feel, but not, I don't know, it's kind of like a reverse diagonal. It's still diagonal, but I usually go top left to bottom right for whatever reason. Probably because that's the way we read in the US, but in this case, I'm kind of going the opposite. Now, while I go ahead and put those down, I'll remind you this is a hop that we are celebrating JQCrafty. And so go check out all of the channels down below. Everybody is celebrating along with her. She is doing a giveaway, I believe, over on her channel. So be sure to go check out her channel. And if you're not already subscribed to her, be sure to subscribe. She is amazing and so much fun, and so I just really enjoy her a lot, and I think you will too. So go and check her out. And if you are here from another channel and you are not subscribed to my channel, I would love for you to subscribe to my channel as well. So and if you enjoy the video, hit the like button too, so that never hurts. I really do appreciate it when you guys do that. Okay, so I am now just tucking in this little blue piece on the left-hand side of the photos because I want to kind of place for that wood veneer to live. I don't want it just kind of hanging out in space. Well, it wouldn't be. It would be kind of like nestled into the photograph, but I wanted to bring the blue over to that side because I've got the blue down by the title, and then I've got it up by the cheers, and then I'm going to have a piece that is up at the top of the layout. So I decided I needed a little bit over to the left-hand side as well. Basically want blue wherever I am putting some ephemera or these acrylic or wood pieces. So I'm liking the way that that is looking. I am going to go ahead and glue that down. And then if I remember correctly, I cut the edges off of this. Let's see here. Do I actually cut the edges off of this? Be a shocker if I didn't, because that's normally what I do. I am just affixing a couple of oh my goodness. I am just affixing a couple of labels to the top there, and I am going to trim them down, regardless of whether I cut that white border off. Sometimes I do cut the white border off. Most times I do cut the white border off. But sometimes, once in a great while, I don't. So we'll see what I do here, because honestly, I do not remember. I made this layout while I was at a retreat, and that is why my desk is a disaster. I am someone who normally likes things to stay pretty neat, and I clean up usually between layouts, and having things kind of in disarray is always kind of a struggle for me. So the fact that I can remember even making this layout, it's kind of amazing because there were a lot of layouts made that weekend, and I actually taught a class that weekend on mixed media, and so it's been it was a 5-day retreat, and so yeah, it was a whirlwind. And so some of the steps that I'm taking might be a surprise to me too. I am inking up everything with Catherine Pooler ink in Juniper Mist, which is a lovely navy blue. I really love this color, and I really love the Catherine Pooler inks. They are quite juicy, but they work so well on acrylic or photopolymer stamps. You don't get as much pooling like you do with most ink pads, and they just go on really, really nicely. So I highly recommend Catherine Pooler inks if you have not tried them already. I would recommend giving those a try at your earliest opportunity. So, okay, so now I've got my labels down at the bottom. I've got my labels up at the top. And then I'm just going to make sure that my cut file is adhered down as it should be. I want to make sure that straw was down. And then I did add a little bit of thread into the top of that tag wood veneer piece, and I'm liking how that is looking. And then I'm looking through the Tim Holtz snarky set of phrase stickers, and I thought those would be good because there's some really funny ones in there, and it was just a funny night, and so I thought I would use a couple of those. I pulled 3, but I only end up using 2, and that I use are alcohol related. So one says, why limit, oh my goodness, it says why limit happy to an hour. And the other one says, nothing says I mean business like using a cart at the liquor store. And there wasn't that makes it sound like we were drinking a ton, or they were drinking a ton, but they weren't. It wasn't a ton, but I just thought those were appropriate because I don't know when I would ever use them again in a scrapbook layout. But so I thought they were appropriate for this particular layout. And I don't end up using the third one. It wasn't as applicable, and the words were the phrases were really long, and so they didn't really fit very well. And so that little piece I tucked in to the left hand side there just says QR code on it. That's my placeholder, and a reminder to myself that I need to go ahead and put that QR code in there. And then I'm just going to add a bit of journaling at the top here and at the bottom to kind of finish it off. I think it's always really interesting when your kids get older and they're adults now, and they do things that like I have never even done, and whether they be good things or bad things, but it's always good to know that they are comfortable enough to be themselves with me, and I feel honored that they include me in some of their fun game nights or their fun activities, if you will. So I hope that you enjoyed this video. I really sincerely hope it didn't offend you. And if you have any questions or comments, leave those down below. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.